Hello, how's it going everyone? Welcome again to Joe's Woodworks. I'm Joe, of course, and we're going to make some more pens again today. I have a special order today actually, so that's pretty exciting. I got somebody who's looking for a pen for retirement, and then I also have someone who, actually that's the only one I got. So we got someone who's looking for a pen for retirement, and that's about it. And then we'll do one other pen. So this first pen that we're putting together is specifically supposed to be Purple Heart. So I got two Purple Heart blanks here, and I have two tubes, but I haven't done anything else. All I've done is drilled the holes in the blanks here, and I need to add these guys to the blanks. So that's what we're going to do first this afternoon, and then after that is done, while it dries, we'll grab one of these blanks back here. I got a couple different ones to give a try. Actually, I only have two. I only have two ready to go. I have a oak and I have a, looks like either a hard maple or a hickory to start doing. So let's go ahead and get started real quick. Couldn't find one. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is start the glue up process of these two blanks you see right here. So in order to glue these blanks, what we need to do is we need to take our tubes, our pen tubes. These are 7mm pen tubes for slimline kits. You can see that they're very smooth, right? And that's not good. What we want to do is we want to take these tubes, get a little high grit sandpaper here, and we want to get some grooves in the tubes. So all we want to do is take this, just like so, rub it back and forth, and get some grooves in the tubes here. And what that's going to do is it's going to give our adhesive, whatever we decide to use, it'll give our adhesive something to attach to, something to stick to. If you keep it really smooth, then it won't stick, or you might have an issue where it moves later down the road. The wood moves either off of the tube, or something silly happens where your client or you yourself or your gift, whoever you gave the gift to, ends up dropping the pen, and then the tube falls out, or the wood falls off the tube, and we definitely don't want that. So there's one. Now let me make sure the stream is healthy here. Let me look it up, make sure everything's good. Okay, looks like, well, I can hear myself, so it looks like it's okay. All right, so let's do that with this one also. You see we have a bunch of marks in the tube now. There we go. You really see we have a bunch of marks in the tube. It's not nice and not smooth anymore. All right. So I'm going to put some gloves on for this part. And what we're going to do, let's see if I can move you a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better of what's going on down there. There we go. I'm going to take a shop towel. Area to work with. And then I'm going to get 2-part epoxy, which I have sitting back here. This part is the hardener, So it's a 1-to-1 thing. We don't need much. So there we have a little dab of the hardener. A little dab will do you. And then here we have a dab of the epoxy itself, resin. I'll take my stir stick, which is the back end of my carpenter pencil. Make sure that gets mixed well. Get it all into a pile. Okay. Take one tube. Get a sufficient amount of that epoxy on the tube. Yes, I leave your stream. The one time a week that I stream, I do leave yours, Kami. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. Oh yeah. I want to twist while we do this, making sure that we get it all the way in there. Okay. Can become a little messy. There we go. All right, now we're just going to set that aside and do the other one. Grab enough epoxy here for the next one. Same deal. Twisting while we're inserting to make sure we get it all over that tube. And there we go. And there we are. It's in there. Okay, so we'll let those two dry back here on the drying surface. Wipe this off as best we can. Already got a bunch of epoxy on it. Any interest in playing Don't Starve? If I have to pay for it, not really. We'll see. Maybe. I don't even know. I don't know what that is. Is that a survival game? Sounds like a survival game, but maybe. All right, let me set you guys back up. It's Minecraft-ish, maybe. Sounds all right. Okay, just making sure the stream's still good. So let's see, we have two choices. We have oak or we have this harder stuff. I think we're going to go with the harder stuff just because that's what I want to do. So let's set this bad boy up for that. Where are my bushings for this? Way in the back. No? Where are my, oh, here they are. Stop looking, I found them. Should I keep things related to your woodworking? I don't care. You're the only one in here right now, so. I'll talk about other stuff. I don't have any of the original ones left. All I know is that that one needs to go in the middle. Right there. Ah! Tighten that up. And let's see what it looks like. Doesn't look too bad. All I got to do now is speed up the lathe because it's going too slow. Got to speed it up to its medium pace. Much better, much quicker. All right, there we go. Let's round out these bad boys. What do you say? Oh, rule number 1, no jewelry. Can't have jewelry on. No jewelry allowed. My goodness, excuse that noise, sorry. All right. What's up, Arrow Seeker? What's going on, man? Hello. All right, both these are round. Let's bring them down to a more acceptable size. see if I can bring this closer and minimize the amount of squeaky we get. Squeaks, squeak. We're up a little too high. Everyone's online while you're at work. I mean, I'm online all the time. Only when you're at work, though. That's the only time I'm online. All the time when you're at work. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It looks pretty good. I think we're going to start making that bevel in. All right, this looks good. Ready for sanding. Did that one pretty quick. Getting better, getting faster. Hit it with the 221st like usual. I might reshape this one a little bit. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that look. Let me readjust this for you guys to try to get you a better shot of what's going on. This lighter wood is kind of a pain in the butt to look at because it's very bright against the light here. Here we've got 320. All right. So what I'm going to do next is hit this with a little bit of lacquer finish just to kind of clean it up. It's not going to do too much to it here. They get Discord together? Oh, really? Oh, jeez. We'll have fun with that later. Kami knows better but to bring girls into the Discord. Ew, girls. Ew. Okay. Yeah, this pen will be pretty slim. The kit is called a slimline, so I guess it's acceptable for it to be slim if it's in the name. Whoops. Let me put one of these bushings on first to make it easier to grab later. Have I had a slim pen break while trying to insert the pieces? Not yet. Not while inserting the pieces. I have had one break because it was too thin. That's what happened on this one. It broke apart, and then I just need to pick at it the rest of the way. It'll come out. Actually, it's about to come out right now. Yeah, there we go. So there's like some broken pieces. That's maple. That's not maple. That's walnut. Walnut looks really cool, but this one just didn't hold up. So there's a new tube. I just need to reglue it. Okay. Got to bring the lathe down to a slow speed. There we go. And now we can start our CA finish like we usually do with the accelerator, the medium, and the thin versions of the CA. There we go. Yeah, no, I haven't had one break while pressing yet. I actually found a program that allows me to manually set the focus of this. So I think I'm going to do that after the stream today so it can be ready for next week. Yikes, this bob does not want to come off. There we go. Okay. So that's 2 coats of slim, or thin rather, and then 2 coats of medium. and our accelerator. Looking good so far. I think I'll add one more coat of the medium, just for fun. All right, where did I put the cap? Cap. Hello? Oh, there it is. What I'll do now is take the 320 grit, or 220, doesn't matter, and give this a relatively. Okay, that's all sanded down. So what we'll do now is we'll take one more coat of the CA Thin, smack that on there, and then we'll start going through our polishing micro meshes. Getting some weird audio sounds like too far away or cold coming out. Cord coming out. Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at it in a minute, I guess. Ah! It is a radio frequency thingy-madoodle, so it could be. Hang on.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Dunzo 1123. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate that. I'm trying to change the frequency on here, but it's not changing, and I don't remember how to do it off the top of my head. I'll have to look at the directions. Seems only to happen when you lean in to read chat. Well, hopefully that goes away. I'm sorry about that. Hi, Ass Dragon. Yeah. What a nice guy. Okay. Where are we at? Micro mesh. Okay, so we're going to start with yellow, like usual. I don't know if I sprayed the accelerator on there or not. Alright. The yellow is just knocking down anything major. Feeling something in the center of this one. It's not too bad, so we'll see if it goes away as we go through the different steps. Start with green. So naturally, after green comes orange. And as we get into orange and lower, after orange I think is gray, no not gray, purple. These are starting to shine up that finish, give it a polish. Try to give it a glassy look, almost a wet look. Wet's not as attractive though of a word. So we are looking for a glassy look. There we go. Hit it with purple now. Oh, don't do this again. Why do you do this to me? Don't do this to me. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. Computer problems, what's new? Alright, so after that we're going to hit blue, and blue is really one of the polishers. This is where it gets down to brass tacks and gets down to business. Yes, it is. I assume you're talking about the word choice I was talking about. So now we're on gray, and gray is a 12,000 grit micro mesh. Very high grit, it's a polish. So this is what gets you that glassy surface. Okay, should be done. So what I'm going to do now, wipe it off and hope it still looks wet, because that way we know it's glassy, shiny, and that's what people like, is the glassy and shiny. And it looks like it's pretty good. So after we are done here, we'll take it off and get it ready for assembly onto whatever color kit we choose. I think we're going to choose a darker kit this time, because we chose a gold kit the first time for our lighter wood. So we'll pull this off, just like so. Pull that one off. Uh-oh, that one's stuck a little bit. There we go. And off because we're not going to need that one anymore. Put them in your bag. And hang them back up. Okay. With all that out of the way, we can now assemble this pen. Wipe down our surface here. Okay, and let me grab a kit. Said we're going to use the darker one. How about chrome? We'll see what chrome looks like. Glad you like it. All right. Pull all these little pieces out of their bags. So we're putting a special order pen together next. That pen's special because instead of having a regular clip like you see here, we're actually going to be adding a medical clip. It's for a retirement for somebody in the medical field. I don't know who it is. But we have a gold colored kit over there ready for this clip to be replaced by this one here, this medical looking one. Hello, come on. Is it surgical steel? I don't know. It's probably no, I doubt it. So funny. Come on. There we go. There you go. See the little medical thing. I forgot what that's called. It's there's a name for that. Whatever that shape is. The snake and the thing and the angel wings and the stuff. Caduceus or something like that. Medical caduceus clip. Anyway, that's for the next one. I'll put that away for now. Okay, throw that all away. What is this? This looks important. I don't know what that is. We'll put that off to the side for now. Throw that all away. Okay. You need to see why the snake was used as a symbol. Arrow Seeker says on YouTube. I don't know. I know nothing about that type of stuff. I need to knock off the extra finish off the ends here. I can hear my wife upstairs watching makeup YouTube stuff. Ugh. Why do I have to listen to that? Oh well. There we go. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll take this, add our pen point or the nib. I just remembered I bought a whole bunch of meat for this weekend and it's, geez, I almost bent the shit out of it. All right, so the nib's attached. There you go, you can see the nib's attached. Easy peasy. It says it's a serpent entwined rod wielded by the Greek god somebody, a deity associated with the head and medicine. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful with the nib, man, but sometimes I pinch it. Especially early in the morning when I'm half asleep. I accidentally hit the nib with the toilet seat. Alright, we're going to put this twist mechanism in the back. There we go. Set that aside. I'm going to put the clip on this one. So this one, I think we're going to put the clip on this fat end. She ain't fat, bruh. She's just a little thick. All right. In you come. Oh, crap. Okay, add the plug. There we are. So now we have the clip and the plug, and there's a name for the plug, and I forgot what it is, but then we have the decorative ring for the center. Add the decorative ring, add the ink, add the top, test to make sure the ink protrudes correctly, which it does. There you go. Another pen, if it would focus. There we go. It's a little hard to see these ones because the light is very bright on the brighter pens, but I'll have a picture of it on my Instagram after the stream today. Set that one aside. Actually, I need to. Oh, I already have a light one with chrome. Of course I do. That's okay. Set that one on that side so I know which one to take pictures of. All right. So here's the Purple Heart with the insert in. So what I have to do now is I have to go upstairs into my garage. I don't know if you can see, but in there you can see that tube. And that tube is not flush with the top of this, which means that if we ended up putting it up here on our lathe and we turned it to this diameter or this length right now the way it is without making any corrections, this would be significantly too long for the pen. So what I got to do is I got to run upstairs real quick, and I have to use a pen press. Pen mill, excuse me, a pen mill. And what the pen mill is going to do is it's going to allow me to get a nice flush flat top to this. I'll show you what I mean as soon as I'm done. So stand by. I will be right back. Let me give you the main one and check out the stuff that's on the wall. Oh man, I guess you guys can still hear me, huh? I got this microphone on. Oh. I still have the microphone on, so you should turn and see if you can still hear me. I'm not sure if you can. If you can still hear me, I'm up in my garage right now, headed over to the the drill press. Mill out of this box. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I was informed that you could not hear me in the garage, so I just talked to myself for like 3 minutes. Okay, what's going on? Pen mill, Jesus, oh shit, cops, gotta go. Okay, well, see you later. Good luck with the cops, I guess. This one might not work out. I didn't give it enough time to dry and it slipped out a little bit. As long as it stays now, it should be all right. Okay. All right, let's get started on this one. All right, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to bounce out on you like that, but you know, when the orders come in, you got to fulfill them in the on time or whatever. Anyway, I didn't have time to get this one ready, is what I'm trying to get at. So tighten this bad boy up, bring it on in, test it. Looks like it's spinning okay. All right, tighten her down. Whoops, wrong way. Tighten her down. Sorry about that. Tighten her down. Yaw. And we're gonna speed up the lathe again. This part gets annoying. One of these days I'll be able to afford a variable speed lathe that has a little rheostat on it or something instead of this. Maybe I can make one to put in this one. That's actually a good idea. I bet you I could do it. I think I got the smarts. I think. Maybe I'll try doing that sometime. Add some sort of rheostat to this. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're going at a pretty good speed. Bring this up. Make sure we're not going to get smacked. There we go. All right, let's round these guys out. Here we go. What's up, Crazy Bob? Make one out of wood. A rheostat out of wood? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you want me to do? Is make a rheostat out of wood? sure why, because it's an electrical component, and I can't make an electrical component out of wood. I wish I could. This place, I'd have the smart house. I'd have a smart house. That door, I'd say door open, and it would open right now. Because, you know, it's made out of smart wood. Focus, biche.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Loud noises. Alright, that's enough of those loud noises. Let's get another tool. That didn't help. That didn't help. Okay, let's get in there with this. Go. Jeez. There we go. That looks pretty good. That's pretty flush. Do the same thing on this side. Oops. See if we can't make this a little bit smoother with this skew chisel we're using as a scraper. Skews the noise. definitely going to need some sanding, but it's not looking too bad. Let's see what happens if we throw some sandpaper on it. See how it looks. I think I dropped the 220. Sure did. Ah, feels much better now. Okay, hit it with a 320. We'll see what it looks like afterwards. All right, let's wipe this down, see what it looks like. There we go. All right, so now we're ready. I think we are ready for our finish. The U's drop down to a slower speed. Drop down to a slower speed. Okay, and we'll start with the thin, like we always do. Didn't clean up at all today. We're gonna have to clean up here in a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're going too quick. We're going too quick. Going too quick. Okay, let's clean up first. Let me clean up. So hang on a second. There's going to be a loud shop vac coming on. I just sucked up something. Dang it. Okay. So we got to add our bushings for CA finishing on here, otherwise we're going to get these blanks or this pen stuck to these that are on here now. It's definitely not something we want. Oops. Dang it. Can't hang on to anything right now. Got slippery fingers. Jeez, no kidding. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get this going. Let's try again. Okay, layer 1 complied with. Hit it with a little bit of the activator to get it hard quicker. Layer 2. There we go. Starting to go through the back. Getting on my fingers. Activator. Layer 3 we're going to do with a thicker CA glue so that we can kind of skip doing a million layers of the thin stuff. But now that we have a base or a foundation, we can go ahead and hit it. Or add a thicker CA glue. You can see that it beads up. You might not be able to see it. Hang on. I don't know. It's beading up now instead of soaking into the paper towel. It still soaks a little bit, but not as much. Oh crap, I just got a bunch on one end. Oh, what's up, Spark? Oh yeah, thanks man, I appreciate it. I know you got business to attend to. I really wish it would focus the way it's supposed to. I'm trying to get that right in the center. There we go. Nope. So that it'll focus on it. But it's having a hard time autofocusing on what I want it to autofocus on. All right, so that is 2 layers of thin, 2 layers of medium, or gel. You can kind of call it a jelly type of a glue. What we're going to do now, hit it with the activator one more time, and one more, wrong one, one more layer of the thin. And what that's going to do is give us a nice base to sand. One more layer of thin. Can't really see this one going on, but it's going on there. One more layer of thin. Come on, baby. Focus for me. There we go. You can see it's shining pretty good. What we're going to do next, or what I'm going to do next, is take that 220 or 320 grit sandpaper and just sand this down after hitting it with the activator again. Throw on this 320 grit sandpaper. What that's going to do is it's going to make it look cloudy, yes, but it's going to knock down the major imperfections. And we want to do that now with this more abrasive sandpaper rather than doing it later with our micro mesh, which is not as abrasive and it'll just take longer. So we're just knocking down the surface. Okay, that's why we put the medium on it, to give us a nice thick coat of glue or CA finish so that we don't accidentally go through it when we're doing this part of the sanding and hit the wood again. Okay, seems pretty good. Now, just to make sure that we don't have any crazy streaks, there's a little something right there in the center. Okay, we'll try to fill that right now with one more layer or application. Oh, no, I got some right here. One more application of the thin CA glue, and this is going to bring that shine back again. There you go, you can see the shine made it back. The disclaimer I always give about this glue, though, is to be very careful. This just reminded me because I saw smoke come off of it. The stuff gets really hot when you use it in such a friction-rich environment, I guess is the best I can think of, friction-rich. I've also been told that the paper towel itself causes the glue to set up so quickly that it gets hot. Any abrasive gets hot, or any glue gets hot, but it's just how quickly it sets up makes it, warmer than others. So here we go. I need to change out this water. As a matter of fact, stand by one. Let me change this water out. This is gross. It's all wood, but dump that in the sump pump. Get that thing to do its job. I've never actually seen it go off. I just run to the bathroom real quick and get some water. Clean this out. Okay. Ah. All right, so now we have some fresh water. It's not as nasty. We'll start with the most abrasive of them, which is yellow. And if you end up doing this, you'll get a micro mesh and get a micro mesh. It'll tell you in the directions which one is more abrasive than the other. The high ones like this, you can tell. You can just feel that this is probably the most abrasive. But when it gets down really low, you can't really tell very well. Okay, so that feels smooth, and that's all we're going for with this really highly abrasive stuff, is just for a good feel. Okay, it's knocking down any of the major imperfections. So if you feel any major imperfections, this is when you want to get it off, is during the yellow. Or the green, which is the other side. The green is okay too. Okay, so that feels good. We're going to hit it with the green side now. Make sure your micro mesh is always wet. You always want it to be wet because this is a polish once we get to the really high grits. Okay. Feeling good so far. Next after green is orange. So right now we're just going through higher and higher in our meshes, in our grits. Orange is the next one after green. And I've just done this a couple times now, so I've memorized it. I don't remember what grit's what. Did I get another follow while I was walking away? Hang on a second. Did I not hear a follow? 21 minutes ago. N3D, N3T, D3V. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry I didn't see that. I must have been, 20 minutes ago, I must have been up in the garage. I apologize. Thank you so much for that follow, friend. I don't see you in the stream anymore, but hopefully I see you again sometime. I'm trying to stream at least weekly. Right now it's on Fridays. Fridays at 6 o'clock, between 5 and 6 o'clock Central Time, United States. You know, work dictates that, and other things. Other obligations dictate that. But for right now, Fridays are the best for me, and hopefully they're the best for you guys too. So I enjoy you guys being here. And I appreciate you guys being here and watching me do what I do. I have fun doing it and being able to do it for people and maybe teach a few people. Now, I'm pretty new at this. I haven't been doing pen making very long. A couple of months now. This is probably my, I don't know, 20th pen that I've made, so I'm getting better at it. The CA finish, once you can get the CA finish down, man, you can make any pen look good. Alright, there we go. So that's purple. Now we're going to go through the two last finish pads. This is, wrong side, sorry, blue, a light blue. This is our first of the polishing pads. Now that doesn't say that in the directions. It doesn't say blue is the polishing pad. However, in my head, when I look at this, I think to myself, this is the one that's actually doing the polishing. This one and the one after it, gray. Come on. I apologize for the focusing, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to keep it on point, but sometimes it just doesn't want to work. Okay, so keep in mind this is wet right now, so the shine that you're seeing is probably the water. But the way I test to see if the micromesh worked correctly is when I wipe this off, it should look like it's still wet after I wipe this down. So this is the gray micromesh. I do know that this is a 12,000 grit micromesh, which is a little bit different if you actually go and look and see how much a sandpaper mesh is. It's going to be a little higher than that in terms of comparison. But when you talk about a micromesh like this, this is a 12,000 grit, and this is a polishing micromesh. Now there is more polishing that you can do after this, where you remove the pen blank from the from the mandrel. You remove the pen blank from the mandrel and you hit it with a buffing wheel. I don't have a buffing wheel, and frankly this does a good enough job. It's very, very good. A very shiny finish. So here's the test. We're going to take this. It's wet right now. You can see it's beaded with water right there, and on this side you can see it's beaded with water. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this semi-dry guy here and wipe it down, and hopefully it doesn't really change. There we go. All right, looking good. So it is wet. You can see there it's wet now. I wasn't kidding. Nice and shiny. Nice glassy gloss finish. Now that I've seen it, or stopped it, you can really see it in there. Nice gloss finish on that pen. It's going to look great. It's going to look great. Whoever's retiring is going to have a nice pen to write down their retirement stuff with. Do whatever you do when you do retirement things. Whatever retirement people write down, they're going to write it down with happy fingers and a happy pen. Pull these out. Remove our bushings. Now these bushings are made specifically for CA finishes. They resist getting stuck to the glue. I'm almost out of shop towels. wipe this down. I really need to start putting a shop towel down so it doesn't damage my lathe anymore. So here you go. You can see that that CA finish is giving it a good shine. We also have a little bit of extra here at the end, and that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take some sandpaper and just sand that down back flush again. But looking pretty cool. Channeling my inner Bob Ross. Yeah, I guess you're right. You know what they say. If you make a mistake, it's just it's a creative opportunity, right? It's a friendly accident. It's a time to get creative. So here we go. Just going to take this sandpaper. Right now we're going to remove that extra little bit you see on the end there by just hitting it back and forth on the sandpaper. Real quick. Okay, and you can see there we don't have any extra anymore. Nice and flat. Okay. Other side looks good. Don't think we need it. And both sides on this one look pretty good, so I don't think we need it on this side either. Now what you can do is while these bushings, with these bushings is wax the bushings, and you really shouldn't have a problem, but every once in a while you might get a problem with the CA finish sticking like you saw there, or adding to itself or whatever. So let me go get the pen press. I don't have a pen press. I have a parallel clamp that looks like Thor's hammer. Now let me get a pen kit. We need to get a gold pen kit this time. Okay, gold pen kit. Here we are. Dump the contents of our kit out. And remember, this clip is going to be replaced by a, what did we call it again, Spark? Come on. We called it a medical caduceus clip. You'll know what I'm talking about here in a second when I show it to you. Everybody's seen it. I don't think I have one out. I think I put it back. 1, 2. No, I don't know. So this particular clip only works. Here you go. You can see the clip here. Pretty cool looking. Caduceus. Thank you. Crazy Bob. I appreciate it. I knew I was saying it wrong. But here you go. There it is. There's that clip there. And that is for a gentleman or lady, I'm not sure actually, who has just retired or quit or whatever from the medical field. And this is a gift that their co-worker's buying for them. It's a very nice gift. Very nice gift. That's why I was saying they can write down their whatever stuff that retired people write down with this pen. So we're going to take this right here. We're going to add the nib to the front part of our pen. Let me scoot over so you can see what we're doing, or what I'm doing. Add that there. And bring it in. Give the clamp a twist. And just wait for it. Dude, this thing does not want to... It's twisting on me. Or bending. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's important that you get it nice and straight. Otherwise, it's going to go in all funky. And then you need to make sure you drop it on the floor. Integrity test. Making sure it's good to go. I think it went in a little sideways, maybe. Crap. Oh, no, maybe it's all right. Maybe it's okay. Just give it another press here, make sure it's flat. Okay. There we go. So we've added the nib. Now we're going to add the twist mechanism. This is a mechanism that allows you to twist in and out the ink. Or twist the actual pen ink out, in and out of the nib. This one's not wanting to go in for some reason, as far as it needs to. Why aren't you going in, bud? I think it's just cracked. Yep, that just cracked right there. Come on, hello. Yeah, can you guys see that crack? There, now you can see it. Yep, we're gonna have to redo this one. That sucks. This one's trash. I'm gonna have to pull this one apart. Okay, well, that sucks. We'll keep this one extra just for later. That means I'm going to have to do up a whole nother one tomorrow. So the stream will be back on tomorrow, because I don't have another. This one in funky anyway. I don't like the way that looks. So this one got jacked. That's okay. It happens. Not a big deal. I'll try to pull them apart tomorrow. I'll probably destroy them trying to pull them apart, but that's okay. No biggie. That one was just destined to be bad for some reason. Destined to be bad. So I have one more kit, or one more blank that I think is ready to go, so we could throw that one on the lathe real quick. For those of you who are just joining us, we can see what it's like from start to finish. The process of actually turning the pen blank is pretty quick, but we can take a look at what it's all about right now. So here I have an oak pen blank, which I'm not a huge fan of. I probably won't do anymore. And this pen blank is very off-center, so it's going to be really wobbly. I messed that up a little bit, but you can see that. I don't know if you can tell, but it's going to be really wobbly there. But what we're going to do is we're going to attack that first. We're going to get that down first so that we don't have to deal with too much wobble later. Excuse me, I'm burping a bunch. Get that nice and tight. A knee slapper. Blame you for knocking on wood. Yeah, is it appropriate to knock on wood while doing woodworking? I don't know. All right, so this one might be really shaky because of how off-center that one is. That one piece is, but what we're going to do is we're going to try to knock down that one piece first. You can see how badly it's shaking there. I actually need to speed up the lathe to an appropriate speed. And then this pen, I don't think we're going to do a CA finish on. We might just do a natural finish on this one. Only because I've been doing CA finishes a lot. You can really see how that one's off balance now. So let's go ahead and try to get that one balanced up first, and then we'll go from there. There you go. Balanced it up. All right, so I think we're going to do this one a little bit differently. This one back here is going to be the top where the clip's going to be. This one down here is going to be where the nib is. We're going to make the one that has the nib a lot shorter than the one that's long, or than the one that has the clip. Shorter, I'm sorry, not shorter, thinner. We're going to make this one thinner and this one a little bit fatter. We're not going to make it real fat. I think we're just going to kind of give it a bulge in the middle. Something a little bit different than what we have been doing. So let me get the tool rest a little bit closer here. One thing I don't like about oak is that it tears very easily. It rips out the, what do you call it? It rips out the fibers instead of cutting the fibers. Now I could sharpen my tools and probably help that a little bit, but I think it's just kind of the nature of the beast as well, unfortunately. Any light wood is kind of a pain in the butt because it gets dirty inside of those ripped fibers. I'll show you what I mean here in a little bit, and it kind of gives it a weird look. Some people like it, I've found. Not everybody does, though. Okay, I think that's where we're going to bring that one down to. Got to be careful I don't catch myself there. Bring that one down nice and thin like so. And then this one on the right-hand side, we're going to just keep about this big in the center, maybe a little bit smaller than this. There we go, something like this. Okay. This is kind of a whoop. Venturing into some dangerous space here. This one's going to look a little bit different, but that's okay. Actually, now that I've made that look, I'm going to come in here with this scraper, clean it. It's got wood in my mouth when I blew on it earlier. That's got a bit of a different look to it, but that's okay. Can't go much Much smaller than that though, or else we're going to hit the tube in the center. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. That looks okay. That looks all right. So if you look closely, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's pretty difficult. Let me pull this camera off of its tripod. But if you look really closely here, there we go. You can see how there's divots in the wood. Well, now that partially might be because my tool is not razor sharp, but you'll find here in a little bit that that's actually going to accrue like sawdust. Although this seems like it's okay. This seems like it'll be all right. But sometimes it can accrue sawdust, and what will happen is you'll get like a dark line in those areas, which not everybody's a huge fan of. Some people like it, actually. Not everybody, though. So what we're going to do right now is hit it with 220. And then since we're going to be doing, I don't know, actually, we might still do a CA finish. But if we're going to stick with the natural finish on here, we're going to go through the micro meshes dry. I have a dry set of micro meshes that we'll use before we go with our lacquer finish. .320's next. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now I'm going to grab my micro meshes down here that are for dry micro meshing. So I have the same thing, just a bunch of micro meshes that I've used out of water, or not in water, dry. I think I've said that. And I'm just going to do the same thing. For this particular one, I'm going to go back and forth with it as well. Start her back up, hit it with green. Next is orange. Next after orange is purple. And this can start to get kind of warm, so be careful. Okay. After purple we have blue. And these are the shinier, or the polishing. Remember we were talking about that. These are the polishing meshes. Okay, and then we have gray, which is that 12,000 grit. You can kind of see a little bit of polish coming out of this by itself with the gray, but it's not going to be nearly as much as you see on, let's say, that CA finish there. It's not going to be nearly as shiny. But now you can see what I'm kind of talking about. We got a little bit of gunk in the wood. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start over on that side. That side's pretty bad. There we go. Wipe it down with a little bit of wah-wah, a little bit of water here. There we go. And now we'll hit it with that lacquer finish. And that one looks horrendous too, because there's a lot of gunk in it. Well, that's alright, I guess. Maybe somebody will like that. I don't think I'm going to put a kit around that, just so I don't waste, well, you know what, I have kit hardware, and I already used the tubes, so I might as well put a kit on it. Let me grab this one. Yeah, we'll put one of these artisans on it. Hopefully this one goes together the way it's supposed to. It doesn't get jacked up like the other one did. I don't know what happened to that other one. But we'll add the nib. Man, this is dirty looking. I'm not a huge fan of this one. But you live and you learn. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to do any more oak ones. Oak is just too porous. If I do try oak again, I'll have to really sharpen my tools so that it gets nice sharp cuts. So right now, if it ends up ripping, all of that dirt and grime and sawdust gets in those little areas, and it doesn't look very good. So there's the nib. We've added the nib. You see all that gunk inside all that junk there. I might try to put it under something. I might try to fix that somehow. There we go. ring on there real quick, like so. We'll take the back end here. We'll add the clip to the back end. So there we go, we've added the clip to the back end there, and from here it's pretty easy. Add our ink stick, and then just slip the back end on like so, and just like that you got a new pen. Make sure it works. Works fine, looks good. This one I think is going to be mine. I'm not a huge fan of the look of this one. So we tested oak twice. Came out looking mediocre once and then not very good a second time. So I don't think oak is the best pen making material ever. So we probably won't use that one again. But that is 3 pens, well 2 pens and a attempt at a pen today. Our first one came out really well. Our first one I believe is I think this is a hickory pen. But the hickory came out really nice. This one doesn't look too bad. That one came out nice. I'll have pictures of this one on my Instagram. Oh, that's not the one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one we just made. My mistake. Can you tell the difference? That's the one we just made. I'll have pictures of that one on my Instagram here in just a little bit, which on Instagram is JWWICT, just like you see it above my head here, JWWICT. You can check out my website, jwwict.com, and that's all I'm going to tell anybody now because everything else is on there. My Etsy store, my Facebook, everything is on that website. So check out jwwict.com if you're interested in purchasing anything. If you want to, I still don't have my Discord link on there, but I will if you want to share pens that you've made. We have people sharing what they've made on my Discord server, also on the hashtag JWWICT. On Instagram, we like to share our pens on there. I hope to see everybody here again soon. Thank you for all the follows today, everybody. Tomorrow I will be streaming again because I have that client that I need to finish with that snake medical thing. But I need to turn, let's see, these ones don't have tubes in them and I need to put tubes in these. So I'll put tubes in them tonight. I'll probably put tubes in this zebra wood tonight too. Check this stuff out. This is called zebra wood mainly because it looks like a zebra. I got a big old plank of this stuff. It was expensive as heck, but you know what, it's worth it. I also have, maybe I'll do these too. I also have some custom stuff from a guy named Gordon Prill on Facebook. He makes these. I'm assuming they're Alumilite. Right, so we can do this tomorrow as well, maybe if we have time. So those will be the 3 pens that we do tomorrow. Maybe one of those Alumilite pens. We'll do Purple Heart and a zebra wood pen and see what they look like. So I appreciate everybody for coming by, hanging out with me today. I'm sorry the results were mediocre, but tomorrow I think will be a lot better. I hope to see everybody around and have a great weekend, and I hope to see you tomorrow.